I think we have enough battery. I think we can do this. This is the ladder going into the garage. Garage pull-down attic access ladder. The feet on the rails were not cut properly so that the rail joints extend 100%. So we have gaps right there. This makes this very dangerous. This makes this dangerous to use. Just like you had the brains you were born with, bud. Then up in here, hardware, those are screws. Alright, sheetrock screws. And the hardware that the manufacturer, the pull-down attic ladder manufacturer, recommended that nails be put in there. Nails have much more shear strength. What else we got up here? Oh, we got loose fill attic insulation. And that's not a power vent, so we do not have a mixed vent ventilation system. That's good news. Good news for modern man. Alright. You shouldn't have electric cables this close to the entrance. There should be like 16 inches clearance. These junction boxes, okay, they should have clamps on them so the wires don't rub on the edges. So we're missing those connectors. Alright, this is plywood overlap. See all this beautiful silver shiny stuff? Okay, that gypsies sell this. No offense to honest gypsies, but okay, this is, you will get some benefit. You will get some benefit from this miracle space age paint stuff they sell at the state fair. They got a light bulb in a box, and you will get some benefit, but it's been proven in laboratories that this stuff works every bit as good as white house paint. So you being the consumer, you're going to get some benefit from this because it works every bit as good as white house paint. The poor Mark who bought this stuff paid a lot more for this than for white house paint. So that's the scam. And if this is sold as like, as some kind of a special benefit, no, it's just white house paint. We got rigid air conditioning duct. We got loose fill fiberglass. You see that right there? Okay, see that right there? Okay, that's where Tom lives. Or Jerry, that's where Jerry Mouse lives. That's a mouse hole. That's a home for a mouse. I can kind of see a little bit of mouse dookie over there. Sure can. What else do I see? Come on. Okay, these purlins are undersized. And we expect that in a house of this kind. This is the way they were built. You're not going to buy a 1960s home in Dallas, in North Texas, that's going to have the purlin size right. These are small. That's why all the sumping, you can see the sumping on the roofs. Okay, and then this one over here, there's a split knot right there. Is he going to sag? He's going to sag. Here now we've got soffit vents, but I'm not seeing any soffit vent baffles. We got all kinds of insulation, but you know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing any depth markers. No depth markers. What else we got? Let's crawl over this electric cable. Okay, we're missing some of our insulation here. Why is all that? Why is all that foam insulation on that one spot where the insulation's pulled off? You got a hole in there, no doubt. No doubt. It's nice that you have rigid duct insulation. I like that. It's preferable. Okay, I'm not crawling across the insulation. Do no harm. You see how it's all. It's kind of difficult with this light, but with my eyes, I'm seeing a nice gray powder hue because we do not have soffit baffles, and so when the air is being raked into the attic, coming through the thermal convection, it's depositing all the dust in your insulation, and that's compromising this nice thick insulation that's been bought. It just is. That's what's happening. Since it's compromised, let me look down here. Yeah. Okay, we got some bat insulation underneath there. So we got two different layers of different insulation. It has two different insulation qualities. So if this is 12 inches, for example, you really don't know what the amount is. Another thing about this, because you got another layer of insulation underneath there. See this right here? This plywood, that lath, this used to be a wood shingle roof. When they tore the wood shingles off, they never did. I'd be surprised. But when all that debris from this old roof, the combustible debris, it hit this floor. It hit this floor, and they covered it over with this new insulation. And then, you think that mouse hole's new? You think that mouse hole's new over there? You think that's a new home? Well, I'll tell you what. Any rodent infestation that this attic had, and it was not cleaned out before they replaced this, before they added this insulation, has been encapsulated. So you've got all that in between these two layers of insulation. Just saying, man. Just saying. Well, what else can you tell us about? Anything good? Okay, that's right. I'm not crawling across that. Somebody has. Somebody has. See the board up there across the chimney? Well, that's too close to the chimney. Now, here's almost looks burnt. What is that? I'll take a Hail Mary picture of that. That might be the way the insulation's reflecting on it, though. Years ago, when I was first getting into this, I learned that you're not supposed to have framing closer than 2 inches to a chimney. So I'm working next to an engineer. I'm going like, hey, I'm in this house. That's proud to. And man, that wood's too close to the chimney. He goes like, yep, they all are. Never say nothing about it. I said, okay, well, I learned something today. I'm glad I worked with an engineer. So I didn't say anything about it, And then I'm reading. We get these news bulletins. Texas Real Estate finds some poor schmuck of a home inspector who didn't report that wood was so close to the chimney. And every one of them is going to be like that. Every single one of them. But for the Texas Real Estate Commission, I'm going to tell you it's too close. It's a deficiency. Okay, so there we go. How do you fix it? I don't know. Is that the hill you want to die on? Probably not. But thank you, Trek. This right here is Ventahood. High-powered Ventahood for the kitchen system. See that tape right there? That's cloth tape. So if you have a fire inside your Ventahood, you've already got a bad day, right? Okay. It's already a sucky day. But that cloth gets hot enough, it's called spontaneous combustion, and you no longer have a fire inside that vent. Now you have a fire inside your attic. You shouldn't have cloth tape on your vent. So what do we learn? We learned we got 2 layers of insulation. We learned that we don't have soffit baffles. We learned that the frame is too close to the chimney. We learned that we have tape on our vent. We learned that our purlins are undersized, and that's just the way it is. We learned that we got the space age insulating paint. We learned that we got electric cables too close. We learned that we got mices. We learned that the ladder wasn't properly fastened and extended. We learned that we got a split purlin on the we got a split rafter. We learned that right there. Look at that. You split? You go outside, you see it sumping here? You sure do. Huh. Connecting the dots. We learned we got a split rafter. We learned we got a split purlin.